I should put like. But we're putting it on politics because I realized I could actually get in trouble for, and I can put it up like here. Okay. Last time sword comment. Ooh, bad.
Let me ask you a question. What happened?
Does that make sense?
Don't make me take it back. All right, let me ask you a question.
Sense to you?
Hold on to that. Ask me after this. You defended Frogan's use of the Sabra tier list. What was your opinion on that?
What if, when uncertainty is high, heck, when
Guy,
chaos
what if
is high,
I can just skip a button?
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
I think that the Sabra Hummus tier list is absolutely insane to consider anti-Semitic, and most people have already laughed about it, despite the fact that it was very damaging in terms of deplatforming a bunch of content creators that participated in this, egged on by yourself, by the way.
Yes. With pleasure.
And yeah, it's not.
It's insane.
Even remotely.
Okay.
It's not even remotely anti-Semitic.
Very
it's
good.
Like
Let me ask you a
the
question.
Cracker Band that Twitch capitulated on.
So let me follow up with this. Have you seen the thumbnail?
The thumbnail?
Yes,
I'm waiting for the thumb.
This is the thumbnail that's still up. Now, let me ask you this, Hasan. Here's Frogan's thumbnail for the Sabra hummus tier list. In the
Yeah. Hold on. I don't want the volume. I agree with Ethan on this. I'm not even Jewish. But like, dude, after learning what it means, no, not even after. I hate my wife. Like, after learning what it means, I'm going to say, I think it was kind of reasonable to oh, you broke 3. But I think it was kind of actually reasonable to sort of call him out on it, because it was okay. It would dumb. It would dumb me, but like it was like okay. I'm sorry. Like, I think this is like the most deliberate attempt of it. And you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell with these. For one, like the song, like if I know a little bit of the internet lore of this, but immediately after, didn't they? What I was going to say? I want to keep sharp. Hold on. Sorry, I'm like focusing on like one thing at a time. Okay, I'll sell you, and I'll sell you. Like, didn't like it was immediately after like they were calling out, and then the YouTube video. I'm sorry, I would have changed that day one. Like, this is like the most blatant example of it too. Of like, that like, oh, Hasan. Ooh. Okay, cool, got that. Like, I think it's the most blatant too, because like you had. Get in. You have both the somber tier lit and the thing, and I think this one, if like you sort of want to say, because the secret for this one, the win, the right answer is the same answer I've been telling people. Yes. Because I think that was the answer you needed to say. All the question, by the way, are literally the answer. Because this one, you have to admit and denounce. Like, it won't be hard, but literally, that's the win condition. It to be like, oh, hey, what? This is not good. I have to condemn this. And once you condemn, you basically win. You basically get the big issue down, which is, this is not, this is very bad, but like, we can't negate that. What? Not you. I could get you. Okay, and yes, you. 2 enchanted cookies. Cool. Felix, what do you want? Do you have what? I'm not making you. I'm not. But I think, like, at the end, that's an important thing you need to kind of bring up. Oh, Jukes. Because if you don't, it looks way worse for you. And I think that what should have happened with it, with HASAN mainly. Because once you don't, you basically... Hold on. You get the same issue, which is people like that are coming in, and you can call them out. But I'm going to keep watching.
Tier is me and Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is not in the tier list. He has never explored or used. Why do you think Ben Shapiro is on the F tier?
They're a trap. They're a fun trap. What's on?
Whoa! Answer the question.
Oh wait, I remember this. Sorry, I thought that would after a point. This is a good trap question. If anybody wondering, this is mainly because how the trap activates is it pretty much, and it sort of sounds dumb, but what is one thing they can compare it? A compare question. You're comparing two people in the tier list. You're going to set up another question like, why are they in F? This is a really bad thing. He wasn't in the video. What the reason? And sort of that become the trick of it, mind you. I'm also happy I got one of the thing I needed. Oh, I don't want adrenaline potion, but mainly it's a good trap question because it have to have him admit some fault, and it also very good because when I say trap question, the question, like, it's a question that you know he have to answer in a way, and if he doesn't, it makes it 10 times worse. With the other one, he can kind of move away. This one he really can't.
What, you're dodging?
I'm not iDubbbz.
Oh, but you can't make value judgments suddenly on your friends who you've spent all this time defending.
No, because I don't care.
Well, I do.
I don't.
By the way, I'm also making this point. This is an important point to make. The reason why he is saying a value judgment is it's not a trap question. It's not a question that trappy. The whole point is you're going to be using that as a way to prevent a hard level question from that way. So for example, like, let's say I do it. Well, he want him to denounce them, and that's technically a good thing. If, like, that had HASAN win condition, by the way, so it not me being that. If, like, he want him to basically be like, you can't you're not going to tell them off that bad. That's bad. And that's sort of what's happening with this. Just letting you know.
Like,
I
this
think
is
it's great
so-
you don't
this
care.
is-
Why is Ben Shapiro there?
Yeah, why is Ben
I
Shapiro?
don't know. I don't care. Probably because he's also
Probably
a
because he's
massive
Jewish?
fucking. What?
Because it's the most most prominent Jewish creators on
Do you
YouTube.
think Ben Shapiro's Judaism is the reason as to why he would be on this?
100% without a doubt, yes.
Wait, I'm sorry.
That is a good call. That is a good aggressive push. I'm being very objective. I'm not picking side, but like, if this was like a debate where there is a moderator who will cut you off after that, at that point, you end it right there. Like, if a point system, you gave a point to Ethan for his last thing because he couldn't answer properly. Like, oh, an opinion, yeah. But guess what? Now you made him untrustworthy because he's hiding facts.
Sorry.
Yeah,
hold
go ahead,
on.
take your time. I know it's a lot to process.
Okay. Yeah, this is a lot to process.
Yeah, I know, man. It's
This
it
is
sucks.
a lot to
you really
process.
don't know what to say because it looks pretty bad.
No, because it's
It
so
is.
fucking stupid.
Well, tell me
Ethan.
then.
You look kind of dumb
So why
right
is Ben
now.
there?
You look kind of insane.
Okay, very good.
That's
Why is Ben
I'm having
there?
a hard time. Like, I don't know why fucking Frogan made this thumbnail. And
Why
I
is
don't
Ben
care.
there?
I don't have any issue with
Yeah,
this.
but the issue is, and I think I know what Ethan going for. Hold on, I'm moving it right here. Right here. I don't know how to make it properly. The win condition for Ethan is, hey, what? Denounce your friends because they're anti-Semitic. And guess what? Why are all the coincidences happening? I'm being called paranoid by your community. Maybe I'm not. And I think the question is a good one for the two part of the debate. There is this and the Palestine Israel. This is basically Ethan win in this no matter what. Because it's very hard to break out. And they're going to say, oh, but it's separate. Yeah, it's going to be a two-topic debate. We all knew that before it got in. HASAN said it was going to be before he got in. I don't care about that. I care about each different area. He won this. Similar with the sword. I think the sword he lost. Only because he lost that. Like, HASAN could have won it easily. You know what he said? He could have just said, hey, look, that bad. I was not there. I think this is immoral. I talked behind the scene. Or, I didn't realize the thumbnail was there. I'm very sorry about that. She need to delete that video. Boom, done. Or remove the thumbnail. And I think that is a way better question. I think actually it's a good, and he would have won. He would have won that. Similar with that, it would have changed the discussion into something he can control. But he didn't, because the big issue is he's not going to call out people he know. Because he's sort of sound like the end justify the means. But like, dude, I don't care.
Thumbnail.
Why is Ben there?
Yeah, why is Ben
Because
there?
he's a prominent defender of Israel.
You're
I
quick to
suspect.
say that Jews aren't the only Zionists, right? So why is Ben Shapiro, of all the people in the world who are conservatives, who are Zionists, Christian
Yeah,
Zionists,
why-
why Ben Shapiro? Me and Ben
why
Shapiro and F tier, the
Ben
two most prominent Jewish
Shapiro?
creators on YouTube? That's a coincidence, just like the swastika, huh?
Ethan,
These are two cosmic coincidences.
Ethan,
Eh? Hassan, they're really stacking up.
the tier list that you're talking about. Let's first of all, the tier list that we're talking about was literally designed by a Jewish content creator who you advocated to ban, and he got banned.
Very
His
good,
name
and
is
I'm glad he
Rafi.
did.
You
He
called him
definitely
a
deserved
token
it.
Jew. You called him a token
And
Jew.
I still stand by that. The man is just
You
fucking.
think-
He's
so
spent.
you
He's
think that
yeah.
so you get to draw swastikas on PewDiePie, but Rafi can't say that there is a tier list here where Sabra
This is
Hummus
Frogan's tier list.
the-
This is her-
the lowest. The Sabra Hummus, liking Sabra Hummus is the lowest tier.
Ben Shapiro.
And the highest tier is being able to get a Habibi pass. You, as a Jew, get to determine.
But here's the thing, and this is why it's bad. It doesn't matter. Like, there's a really fun counter you could do. If a let's say African American made a tier list called people who can drink water. And on top of that, and on the bottom, a racial slur. Or like something that not but is to African American. Is that still racist? Now you could say, and I'm not saying like N-word, I'm saying like fully, old fashioned. Boom. I think if you could actually still make the point, you just blame the company, which is happening with that. Twitch company of that. Doesn't matter the guy of that. They have to think in a non-racial, non-gender. Here's the issue I see with this. Even though he is, the bigger issue is he's going with a company, and that company is non-racial, non-gender based. Which means, guess what? Guess what, guys? That statement is a complete lie. Like, that's how you counter that, by the way. You just literally have to say, that doesn't help, that doesn't work, because Twitch is a company, and the company, it already at fault for stuff like this. And that also weakens his overall response, because that makes it move away a little bit from Frogan, even though it hit Orbiter, but it gives him an actual ultimatum where he have to actually condemn Twitch, which in turn could actually face backlash or not. But I think that too high level for Ethan, and that like something like he doesn't want to say either, because that opened up problem later down the line with like him. But like for this, it works for a big company.
What other Jews are able to do, you're the Pope of the Jews. As
I didn't.
like
I'm not determining what they can do, but this is
going on.
This is Frogan's bit. This is her stage. This is her bit. I mean, you can say the Jewish dude is the fall guy and did everything, but that's not true.
Wait, so you get to draw swastikas, but Rafi can't even say Sabra Hummus is dog shit.
He can say whatever he wants.
That's not the issue.
I'm not criticizing. By the way, you think that my criticism is that he doesn't like Sabra Hummus? Are you being serious right now? By the way, is that a beat? Hold on, what are you drinking?
By the way, I'm making the good point. I'm making the good point before you get to the other point, which I think it is the big kill blow in all this. By the way, the big kill blow. The big thing is, I think a better statement is the corporations. Because I think once you go into the corporation aspect, it's very hard to lose. Like, I don't... Like, think about it like this. Hold on, I'm checking. I need to claim those. But I think of like a very hard statement to lose from. Cool. But I think it's a very hard statement to lose. I think a better way to put it more into the Twitch side of it, which is what is your original statement, I think works a lot better. And I'll say that right now. I think Ethan should have pushed on the next point harder. The what you're drinking, because I think that could have like broke him way harder and stress test him into a more powerful degree.
It's a Dr. Pepper cream
Isn't that
soda.
who owns that?
I don't know, but it's not on the BDS
Are you
national
sure?
BDS list.
We'll double check.
Yes, I'm 100% sure.
Okay, we'll double check that. It's not about Sabra Hummus, and like let's not be obtuse.
Ethan, actually,
Oh, by the way, it is. It literally is on the boycott list. It's a Dr. Pepper, by the way. It owned by a company that supported Israel. But I think a better statement would have been the Twitch, and basically and they're a good trap. There is a good trap you can get him in, a good loophole trap. Basically, he say, "Oof, yeah, no, I don't think Twitch is in tomorrow." Okay, but they're on the boycott list. So you're supporting Twitch, which is on the boycott list, and all that. And he would have to either say yeah, well, that is deception, or wait, you stream on Twitch. Why you don't stream on another platform? Like, let's say Rumble, or Kick, to prevent that. And I think that would have been.
BDS one is actually pretty funny too, because like you've been, you consistently talk about.
Oh wait, never mind. This is not the statement. I messed up the statement order. I thought this was the other list. Sorry. I forgot. I thought they were going into the... Because I think it would layer on. Yeah, it would layer on. There's a spoiler. I've been spoiled by a lot of it. But another one was... I think should have been said. Was okay, cool beans. I think a better statement should have been Ethan Klein's. I think a better statement. I'm brain farting life. Is it mainly a good counterpoint would have been the Twitch, but later I remember what I was about to say. I'm brain farting. This HASAN making me lose IQ. There's another part in it where they talked about the Coca-Cola, and I think that is a good kill blow, because he doesn't even know that, or he doesn't know like the boycott thing, which means he's not checking it. I'm going to use that, by the way, next time. Be like, wait, you own that company? Dude, that company on a boycott. I'm joking.
You consistently talk about how, like, I drink Diet Coke or whatever. When that fan came up to me and said, stop drinking Diet Coke.
Never mind. This is the actual part. I thought it would separate by a couple bit. I thought it would in the next section. But it would in the memory.
It was not on the Palestinian National Committee's
BDS
list.
Yes, it was.
And
dude,
it has been on the official BDS list.
You're lying.
I have not drank Diet Coke or purchased any Diet Cokes at all.
You're lying. It was on the list.
Wait, what is?
What? Yeah, it was on the list. You're lying.
What was on the list?
Coke.
If you own NVIDIA, this could be the most important video you will ever watch, because while millions...
And that's how you win. You can literally end here, because now you can see disingenuousness. Because when you have that fact check going in, that it would something super minute and super like not like it's something that they can't say, you practically win that debate. Because now, instead of fighting like someone who would equal, you're fighting someone now who cannot even defend himself. And that's the best way to say it, by the way. HASAN Piker can't defend himself in this, because now he have to make it be like, oh, wait, I can't condemn that, guys. That's sort of bad to condemn, isn't it? Uh-oh.
Yes, it was put on the list, and I stopped purchasing Coke, and I stopped drinking Diet Coke.
You said, you know what's funny? You told her.
Because I think it's like.
You remember what you told her, son?
Significant.
You remember what you told her? You said, "I'll just put it in a cup."
Yeah, no, I was joking with her because I thought that it was a ridiculous request at the time, because it wasn't on the Palestinian National Committee's official boycott, divestment, and sanctions list, Ethan.
Okay. It's not about Sabra hummus, just so you know. Like, let's not be silly about this.
Wait, what is it about?
It's about, what's Sabra means a Jew born in Israel. It's an Israeli company. Everybody knows it's like considered like Israeli hummus. It's been on the BDS list. Everybody knows the connotations of Sabra hummus, right? Nobody.
I don't like that
I don't
hummus,
like
by the way.
Sabra
I'm
hummus
not
either. But we're not talking about hummus. What I don't like is anti-Semitism perpetuated by your friends.
Yeah,
and
Darwitz.
swept by
Hold on. You people don't get it. It's under you get it. Dude, as as a white guy, I get compared to food a lot. I get called, I know people who probably call me blue cheese devil, which is a white slur, by the way. But like the thing is, food dog whistle are very common. That's not even a joke. Like, that's pretty common because it's a good dog whistling. That like people could be more mad off of this. I'm just saying that right now. Like food, like discrimination, dog whistle based on food is super common because you can hide that into almost every conversation. Like, it's not even a joke. If I said, "Oh, I want some," I'm not gonna say one. I was gonna say like some random item. Water. And it would, or that. No, I have one. It's not discrimination, but I think it works. You guys seen the video about like the guy did a prank where he said, "Oh, let me get a piece of that," like talking about cake, like actual cake, to like women, and they're like thinking that they're getting like hit on. It's sort of the same thing. It good to hide. It literally good to hide. That way, these things become more like things, because they're very good at hiding dog whistling. That way, this is a dumb thing with the Sombra, and ultimately, because that's sort of the thing. If like they're hiding it based on like the food, which I'll tell you, no one have a problem with the food. With that, if you make a thing and you call, ooh, like that's the thing, and that's the part I don't like about HASAN on this, is he going in, he's saying that, and he get countered because he doesn't know anything about this one issue, and you have someone like me who go in and be like, that cringe. I win again. Or I win a third time. And like that makes sense. It's like food dog whistling very common, but even then, there's so many things you can look into that to make it that, like, if you were running a company, you would not do.
Now, why is Ben Shapiro on the F tier? That's a cosmic coincidence? Okay, let's move on.
It's too much.
Very good.
Frogan.
Go ahead. Next question.
I'm not Frogan.
I know,
and I don't know
I know.
why.
How can I make value judgments on my friends I've been defending for 2 years?
Also,
who can say?
There is a tier list in front of me, and it seems like a bunch of people, both
Ben
Jewish
Shapiro and me are in the F tier.
on the Loves Sabra tier.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. And you know why? Because if you look at the event based on that, it's like me putting a person in the bottom. No, if like it doesn't matter then, because guess what? It doesn't look good. Oh, the first two are HASAN and Ethan. Doesn't look good. Mainly Ethan. Like, people were calling that out. People were saying that was offensive. Twitch should have not done it. We blame Twitch more than the streamers. Let's be clear about that. You can actually blame Twitch way more. And the guy, like, you know what? I sort of agree with the anti-Semitics.
List.
You're looking at the end. I'm looking at the thumbnail, bro. I'm talking about the thumbnail.
That's a good save, by the way. That's a good save, because now he could be like, yeah, I'm talking about the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail. What?
Right? No, but I first of all, again, I'm making inferences about editorial decisions that other people have made. I'm just simply
dude. I hate people who say that. I'm making inferences. I'm making inferences. Guys, I'm making inferences on what this guy did. It's like, dude, use your opinion. Like, actually, go in and use your opinion to see what the issue is. Like, if you're making inferences, you're still making opinion with that. Use your inferences and be like, I feel like this is not acceptable, and I think she should have done this. Is a more valid answer than what he's doing. Because if I unclip this, like, put out a content, dude, this is way 10 times more worse. By the way, I was originally going to call this video because apparently there was an article that was released today on Medium, basically going over like all the HASAN. Basically, you know what HASAN did? Like, I don't know how to call it, revenge stuff. But he leaked like photo of like women, sometime nude, to a fucking reporter. Dude, the guy is scum. He probably still does. 100%. We're going to see a Destiny thing come out, like a HASAN thing soon. Like once he banned, like $20 Ray turn on him, or something.
Speculating at this point.
Sure.
But you know it's a.
Are you not embarrassed by this
joke.
armpit hair? It's so cringy, bro. It's like so weird.
That way he
I'm glad
changed
you
it.
changed that finally. On a separate note,
What?
I find it just so weird and bizarre that this was your thumbnail for so long. Also, ironically, wearing a Rolex hat, which is like probably the symbol of capitalist excess.
Yeah.
I mean, good point.
I got a free
Cool,
Rolex
dude.
hat from a friend of mine. I still wear it every now
Yeah, and
then.
you're so. Oh wow, who knew? So anyway, Ben Shapiro
Wait,
was
I'm so-
accidentally
wait,
in
what-
the F
What
tier.
does this have to do with anything? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I
What's
know it's
happening?
confusing. It's very confusing for you.
It
It's
not.
like a car
Yeah,
crash, I'm
there's
sure.
So why do you think there's a
so
Jewish
this is a
man in the
cosmic
A
mistake.
tier
Let's move
on
on.
the tier list? If you think that it's like all about anti-Semitism and
Do you think that this is at least a bad coincidence?
No, I don't.
Well,
I
that's
really don't.
fantastic.
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's a. Bad
I'm watching a
coincidence at all.
train
I think
wreck,
you're,
I'm
like,
sorry, guys.
You're trying to find with a fine-tooth comb. Like,
No, dude, you can't just be saying that a bad coincidence. When the first couple answer, you could have answered and get so many points by just saying yes. And you don't. Maybe. Shut up. Maybe. Hey, think about it for 5 seconds. Because, like, this is the issue I noted with HASAN, by the way. This is the issue I noticed. He goes up and he tries to be like, guys, I think they're bad. Like, he doesn't think about the consequences. And that may be how he grew up, because remember, he did Andrew alpha male type content originally. So like, he definitely did need to think about what he's saying. And that's sort of the issue with streaming. Like, there are people, okay, there are people like me who like kind of think what they said and like can kind of go fast with processing. And there are people like HASAN where they're like, guys, I think America deserves. Like, I think about my quit. I want to try some. No, I thought I could do that. I wanted to like put it under. So I have my thing, and I wanted to put under my mouth, so it could still, and it didn't work, and it. Yeah. Okay, Tess. Okay, cool. Got it. But it's sort of weird. It's sort of weird. Because, like, the best answer is, hey, defend yourself. Just literally, just say yeah and take a blame. Take a shot. Like, here's the thing. If any other reasonable person, someone with 1% more IQ than HASAN, entered this, they would have won the 2 points. And because they thought, they would probably hear the question here and not be like, we're going to jump the gun.
Like any
Of course.
incidents,
The
that
Jewish
even
man
come
is
across as
crazy.
remotely
He sees
anti-Semitic, and you're
anti-Semitism
having a really
everywhere.
hard time.
These
If
are
you
just
want my answer,
cosmic
you want my perspective, I'm
mistakes.
telling you. If you want my perspective, I'm giving it to you. I think genuinely, okay? I think genuinely, at a time when there is unprecedented levels
Yes,
of
I know. We can't
open,
talk
out
about
and
anything else. That's very
anti-Semitism,
convenient for you.
at a time when there's unprecedented levels of out and about anti-Semitism, with incredibly prominent, oftentimes right-wing conservative figureheads.
That's a terrible answer, by the way, and I'll tell you why. Because as someone who talked to both conservative and Democrats, guess what the bigger counterpoint is for that? You know what you say? You are just strawmanning conservatives on that. The only one that can are anti-Semitic. The only one can are like Candace Owens and a couple, and let's say like the big names. You saying that doesn't disregard this. And if you thought I did, you are a shameful person. That you are not willing to admit simple truths in this debate. In the conversation, because you know that if any of it got out, you will be called, people will research, and they know what you did. Something like that.
Talking about Jews, okay, in deeply anti-Semitic fashion, you have lasered in on people.
And I'll say that also because this is like something I learned. I have seen more anti-Semitic viewpoints from pro-Palestinian left than the right. I have actually seen more anti-Semitic views on the left, on like pro-Palestinians. Full on. I remember this. Like literally, like 2 years ago when this first started, I went to a meeting. It was like pro-Israel, like pro-Palestine, sorry. Yeah, the pro-Israel people were hate crime. We're saying things that I see like was pretty much no, but they were talking and they had the girl and she like, yeah, I'm never gonna work in Hollywood because they control it. All that, all that point. And you know what's funny about that? You wanna know what's funny about that? Chat. I went to the Republican, the right wing meeting. And I'm listening and they're like, "Hey, what? I think it's Palestinian were like all they bad and no war." Literally I heard that and then like literally I was the only middle ground person, and that was important. Like someone who was middle of that aisle. And my first thought was like, because I watched South Park. I'm like, dude, this is like South Park. The episode in South Park where Cartman just started saying that guy controlling all Hollywood. But like literally, that's sort of the thing. If like the people want to say conservatives, like the MAGA right, but dude, I hate to tell them, but that's like a big dogma on that because they're hiding the fact of 52 things. Like, it's scary to actually say that right now because, like, dude, like, I can call it out and, like, not have this. Like, I can't wait for something to come out and HASAN of, like, I can't agree with that. Like, at the end, I think, like, this is, like, the best question to debate, like, break down his moral character. And they are good starting questions.
You can't even actually catch, quote-unquote, dead to rights because they're not anti-Semitic.
Well, they're not.
You don't know that. You just said you don't know how they feel, so you can't say that they are or not. You have to make value calls. You cannot make value call like that if you're not having, if you're unable to. That's what I hate about this. I would call him, people should call him out for that. He making a value call, Amelia value call. But like I'll say it. I said it like yesterday. I'll say it again. This whole entire thing in the first part is the win condition for HASAN is, hey, as someone who would admit what you did, because you didn't. And guess what? Now you're getting called out. You should condemn them. Like, dude, here's the thing. You condemn Frogan, it doesn't change anything. Like, what? What, do they have dirt on you? Like, it coming out like Frogan actually... It turned out Frogan... No, it turned out like it way worse. Like, they know the truth, guys. What I did last summer. Unfortunately, it is true. I did murder all the... But, like, it is a dumb thing. It's so many counters. It's not even funny. A guy with actual debate knowledge and 5%, like, 1% more intelligent could have found that. But okay, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep
Wearing
going.
a shirt that says "I hate Jews," but they're walking around swastikas and doing tier lists with Jews on the bottom. I mean, that's as close as you can pretty much fucking get without them just saying "I hate Jewish people."
Ethan, it seems to me like
and I think you're acting really silly and obtuse right now. The guy who's all about microaggressions and understanding the perspective of minorities and stuff, telling a Jewish man that he's hallucinating.
Yeah, I'm going.
Anti-Semitism, and won't even concede that this looks bad.
Breaking news! I can now pick my best modifier in the game, boys. Oh yeah. Book of progression. Book of progression. I'm sorry, guy. I needed the blade. That goes 0.8% more damage. Woo. Yeah, but no, I think like this is just a bad. This is like good character attacks, by the way, because of like it's stuff he's saying. By the way, this is how you do good character attacks. If anybody want to know, you don't attack them. You get them to omit things to attack them about. See, that's sort of what is happening. If, like, he didn't saying this, and I think this is like actually good aggression push.
Okay, fantastic.
No, you're hallucinating anti-Semitism in this circumstance.
Very good.
I'm not saying anti-Semitism is not a prominent fixture of American politics.
Very good.
I actually do think that anti-Semitism...
Yeah, but that doesn't save the fact that you cannot condemn it. Sorry, I don't care if you're saying there is. If there's like a way where you can actually be like, I condemn that. Then you win. If like I'm listening to a guy basically be like, oh, there are not any anti-Semitic views. Chat. In this, and like, oh, American politics have if like, dude, just say this. Be done with it. And basically be like, I condemn it. Just basically say that. I don't...
Has exploded in popularity in American politics especially. So that's not my point at all. I'm saying you individually right now wish that these people were anti-Semitic. So you're trying to find anything you can hold on to.
It's really not a stretch,
once again, none of those people are me. So I don't know why.
Stop with the value judgment thing. Like, you can't make a decision. It sounds stupid as hell, dude.
Wait, I sound stupid as hell? What?
No, when you go, I can't draw, I'm not them. I mean, it's...
I mean, I don't know what... You're asking me what their genuine decision
why would I want my best friend Ida to be anti-Semitic? Why would I want my best friend Ida to be anti-Semitic? Why would I want that? You think I enjoy my friends and people around me being anti-Semitic?
Do you want me to tell you why?
I would love...
Why?
I don't like the answer.
Yeah, this is going to be good. Go ahead.
Okay. You want everyone that has criticized you to be anti-Semitic so that...
Or, see, that's the thing, and that's sort of the issue with HASAN thing. That statement could work the other way around, and it doesn't look good for HASAN. Like, what the other way? Oh man, I need to figure out where I could put one. Oh wait. Goodbye, wand of healing. I think they're a better. Like, I think that's a terrible argument because you could just say it the other way and it makes more sense. Like, he did pull examples. So the other method works, the inverse, which you have to think about. The inverse, by the way, for people who don't know, is everyone who is going against him are anti-Semitic, which is the invert of you're thinking everyone. The inverse is, so is everyone. And I think that's a better statement, and that could actually do more damage for long term. Because it prevent at least HASAN from making that point. And also it hurts his ability to make that point, because it makes it sound like he just that the valid concerns are not being met, and so instead of that, he making a reason why they are, which is sort of bad too.
It makes you feel better about your position. It's not your own personal positions that you have explained to people that come across like you're using anti-Semitism as a shield to deflect criticisms against Israel.
This is
and that if they
what
are
an
actually
analysis.
out and about anti-Semites, that'll make you feel a little bit more comfortable, like you've won the argument in your mind, and that your community would also finally go, oh yeah, you're right, you're a permanent victim in this situation.
Dude, I don't think he is. Like, dude, I think with that, you can make the point he'd a victim in this for every single situation he brought up. It wasn't like, oh, Ida made a video about the Jewish career. It affected me. No, it's like the video was about me. The reason why I know is because I'm in it. Like, you could make the argument that those are valid reasons to complain. But I'm moving on.
Because there's an unimaginable amount of anti-Semitism everywhere online, it comes across as shocking that you laser in on what you perceive are dog whistles when they're very clearly not even dog whistles at all. And I'll give you an example of this. Something that you did that I found very funny was you tweeted, or you don't tweet, sorry. You Instagram posted about my Theo Von podcast appearance.
Sure did.
My Theo Von podcast appearance, where you were like, oh, I can't believe Theo Von didn't actually ask him about his like dangerous anti-Semitism or any number of different things in the conversation.
Hold on, I'm pausing for 5 seconds. I want to bring up a point later, but I want to grab something. I need glove. I need my glove. My arm are starting to get cramps, and I have to. I'm about to get out of water too. I have like 3 things I'm grabbing. Oh no, this one's stuck. But I have like, for people wondering, I have like gloves that they're meant for, they're like art gloves or workout gloves. So I'm wearing. I think that Theo Von is a pretty bad debate thing for HASAN to bring up, because that could just be a counterpoint to it.
Including, I think you talked about Rick Scott. Now, we did actually talk. Theo Von and I did actually talk
Let's
about
pull
Rick
that
Scott.
clip up,
I'm sure you didn't see that. But hold on.
He overstepped by the way
What I
that
found
way.
very strange about that was the fact that Theo Von, and I didn't even know this at the time, the day prior to me, had actually interviewed Candace Owens. I think you and I both agree that Candace Owens is an anti-Semite, right?
I think that he was on that 1-2 punch.
Okay.
What? Bow, bam.
Do you think?
You hit him with that anti-Semitism, boy.
No, Ethan. As
think
your
he
former
was on a
podcast
vibe.
co-host, as your former podcast co-host, do you think that I am anti-Semitic, one? And if you think I am, do you think I'm as anti-Semitic as Candace Owens?
So, yes, I think you're anti-Semitic at this point. I'm comfortable saying that. Are you
At
as
this
anti?
point.
Well, let me finish.
Okay.
I thought the pause works. It didn't. I'm fixing it. But I'll say the reason. That question is pretty bad for him. Because Ian does it. I'll wait until Ian
Let me
finishes.
finish. You asked me 2
Rogan,
questions.
and let's
No,
address
no.
what
You
you think
asked
I'm
me.
doing that's
Hold the
anti-Semitic.
phone. You asked me 2 questions. together. I'm going to answer both. You said, do you think I'm anti-Semitic? After talking to you so far today, I can say unreservedly yes. I think that you are more anti-Semitic than Candace Owens?
I don't want wheat in there, then I at least have 3 spots left.
I switched from due dates to due dates, and it made me go from weeks behind to weeks ahead of my deadlines. You see, I used to just...
This is the big counterblow watch.
The form of anti-Semitism is way more destructive and sinister. Candace Owens is outright... Hold on there, Hassan. This is an important question.
Do you think I'm anti-Semitic now? Because 2 days ago you said I wasn't.
I'm gonna answer.
Okay.
He said
your form
during
of
the debate.
anti-Semitism is way more insidious because it's silent, it's tricky. She's out there just saying what she believes, and I respect her for that. Nick Fuentes is just out there. Nobody knows that what's his stance on Israel. Candace Owens' stance on Israel. But you're tricky. What you do is deny the heritage of Middle Eastern Jews, stuff like that. You accuse.
Yesterday I played a clip, and there's a clip you can play if you want to make a video, which I don't know if I should. I want to make if someone is making a video, their Malcolm X thing. I really love. Oh no, I don't have it. But they're Malcolm X. That basically I can't repeat it, but basically comparing Republican to Democrats and why he doesn't like either one. Basically calling Republican open about the racism, while Democrat are more sneaky. They're foxes. They hide their thing, and I think that's a good quote if you're using this. Because you can make the comparison that Hassan doing it by.
Accuse them of being always the oppressor,
what?
always everything.
Can you
and by the way,
to...
you spent the first part of this debate calling me insane for what I think most people would perceive as blatant, obvious anti-Semitic acts.
I don't think most people would look at.
And I think that's the big blow. Sorry, that's the biggest blow you could have done in this debate right there. And that mainly because Hassan now like with the context in there, with that knowledge, someone go on think and be like, oh yeah, Ethan right. Like Hassan was denying all this, and like he said like during this, and he said, oh you're sneaky about it, which is worse. Which I think he's the one anti-Semitic of the year. Because he's doing far more damage. And that way they both won. Because they're getting youth. They're getting the young kids to be anti-Semitic. I was about to be like, racist? But that would not going to be funny. But I think that is actually a valid point, and Hassan should just back off. He lost.
What you're doing right now, and
let's not worry about that.
Let's sign of mental sanity.
Well, we'll have time to poll the audience afterwards. So let's continue.
Okay. All right. Well, look. Going back to the Theo Von situation, and you said I'm anti-Semitic, right? Yesterday you said, or 2 days ago, in the aftermath of the conversation, you said I'm not anti-Semitic. So what has? And
he said this debate. Which, if he bring that up, I don't know if he does, it could counter.
Process. Is it this conversation that you and I had?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right, got it. All right.
Here's the clip, by the way. You accused me of not. You accused me of not mentioning that Theo Von did not ask you about Rick Scott. Let's go back and watch the clip.
Because, no, I said I didn't say.
Bro, you literally look like the dude from Beetlejuice. That's crazy.
Small head guy. Ethan, I use my words very carefully. I said in the Instagram story that you posted. I don't watch your stream that much. I don't. I only
in that
see
waiting room.
Bro,
that's crazy. Do you see the resemblance?
What?
You're this guy from Beetlejuice. In this photo, you have like the same coat and shit.
Yeah.
That's
you are a comedian.
I sure am, buddy. I see you laughing. All right. Anyway, so you accused me of misrepresenting what happened.
Rogan here.
Right, $800 billion of Medicare and Medicaid that they want to cut. Mike Johnson goes on stage, says, goes on Caitlin Collins on CNN and says, oh, there's a lot of fraud happening. there's not fraud happening in Medicare and Medicaid on the point of the recipient.
Right.
It's happening on the point of the providers.
Right.
And that's why I got banned recently on Twitch yesterday because
Okay,
Libs,
so you just got back.
yeah, Libs of TikTok was like posting about how I said something.
Wait, what is this?
And they misconstrued it as though it was a call to action to assassinate a sitting
Why are you
US
showing me
senator.
this?
Well, you're saying I didn't bring this up, but or I'm saying that Theo didn't bring this up. He didn't. You brought it up, framed it in your own way to basically preempt
No,
a tough question.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Ethan, I said on the Instagram story that you posted about me. Dan, can you switch it back to Ethan?
Don't switch it back, Dan. Just kidding. Go ahead.
I'm switching it back. 1 second.
Okay, that was funny. That was funny. Sorry, guys. I have to funny point break
I know, man.
This looks
rules.
ridiculous on
It
my
sure
end.
does,
I'm
buddy.
sorry. Okay. So yeah, this was.
And
if
it's
you
not
want, you
just
can
'cause of the
also pull up
video.
the post as well, but the post I was referring to was make sure Theo knows how you feel about hosting a terrorist-adjacent content creator, and I believe there was another post about it or something. But again,
I said he was irresponsible to platform you and not ask you difficult questions.
yeah. So the question I have for you once again is like he had Candace Owens on. Like, do you feel?
Yeah,
like,
and that dumb on. Let me be clear. That's a dumb question to put up because he could just denounce that. Similar with the 3, they were dumb question, which only worked because HASAN couldn't denounce them. And that's sort of the thing. You have to denounce them. You know, you denounce like slavery. You say you denounce slavery bad, and guess what happens? Cool. You get better debates.
You feel like that's a little bit more damaging in terms of spreading potentially anti-Semitic narratives?
No,
or
because
do you think that anti-Semitism is when you feel bad personally, and that could be any number of different things that I've done in any given moment?
Yes, I think.
By the way, that's even a work question. I forgot I would loaded. Loaded question never work. You wanna know why? Because he knows what you're saying up. I would ask that and ask. I have like 2 questions. Here one, here the other. Because it's a better way to ask that question without sounding like you're overloading him, which he did. That way, I think Ethan did way better question because they were slow and like weren't very much. And they built up to something. I think they're building up to the story with the first 2 with this. And all that.
You were just as bad as her in your own special way, and that's why.
You think
and you guys were hitting that same flavor.
Candace Owens
Yes.
on anti-Semitism
Yes.
in my own special way.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Very
All right,
good.
Cool.
Very good. So let me ask you a question.
Can you explain,
Hasan, can I ask you a question?
Can you now officially not talk about like Frogan or anyone else and tell me why I'm anti-Semitic?
Well, we're kind of getting
2
there.
days ago you said I wasn't, but
I already-
also for a year.
You're repeating yourself.
Well, I am because you haven't answered this question.
I have literally
2 days
answered
ago
it
you said I
probably
wasn't
2 times.
anti-Semitic.
The reason
For
that
a
I'm saying you're
year-
anti-Semitic
for
is
a
because how you
year-
responded to my questions at the beginning of this interview.
Ethan, for an entire year.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. Yeah, he's not making a bias. He's not ad hominiding. He gained points off of what you said. I think that's probably a way better way to say that, but like ultimately.
You called me a virulent anti-Semite,
No,
a rabid anti-Semite.
never did.
You did. You did.
Did
You went
not.
back and
I
forth
have
on it.
actually
Even
went back
Ben
and
checked
checked.
you on it.
I had said that
Even-
you spread anti-Semitism and stuff, but I never called you an anti-Semitic. I went back and
Oh,
checked.
so
You're
you're
lying.
simply spreading
Yeah,
anti-Semitism.
I mean it's a difference.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Okay, can I ask you a
Tier
question?
list, is about Habibi, not Sabr. You're conceding to the framing. Yeah, we're not conceding to anything. I don't want to even talk about the tier list.
He reading
Stop it.
chat cringe.
Okay.
Okay, let me ask. My turn. Do you think it's
All right, your
appropriate to accuse? Do you think it's appropriate to accuse any?
I'm giving you a rule. If I ever do a delay, I will put all my chat on emotes, and I'll only have you guys spam Peppy the Frog, or whatever one there is that doesn't tell me anything, and then I won't even have chat up. I will remove chat, and I will remove, and we will do it on Kick, and then I will do it on subscriber only, and then I will kick everyone off subscriber so they have to resub. You know why? You know why you don't? Because that doesn't help you at all. That's like the invert. That you being dumb. That dumb people play. Because if you're trying to echo chamber like Hasan's, like, you're going to give like, oh, good job. I think I don't even. That way, I think they did Zoom. It's so new point can't be made. And get what new point haven't been made, and it's not
Jewish
can't win.
person you disagree with of working with the ADL.
And he have to rechat.
No.
Here,
I don't,
for example, is someone using it anti-Semitically.
Saying that Ethan Klein and ADL in unison.
Hassan, let me finish. You're getting ahead of yourself, buddy.
Yes, I do. I do think that that's,
You're
that's
getting
a
ahead of
valid
yourself,
thing
man.
to. That's a valid thing to not only speculate, but also
Hold
I stand
the
on that
phone.
for sure.
Hassan, I'm getting there. You're getting ahead of yourself, buddy. Here's an example of it being used in an anti-Semitic way. I'm sure you'll agree. Timeline on that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I heard you're
Who
the
is this?
ADL.
What is this?
Are you looking for a new fence or gate for your home or property?
Yes, to get.
Then now is the time to get a full quote.
This is your fan who ran up on me on Rodeo.
Who the fuck is this guy? My fan?
Yeah,
This.
you remember.
Wait, is this the?
Oh,
Is this
wait,
the guy?
yeah, you remember.
Wait. No, this is the guy that you claimed was my fan, right? He was calling me the fucking.
I mean, there's a clip of being like, yo, I love this dude. Anyway, who cares if he's your fan or not?
No.
The point is,
Hold
it doesn't.
on.
I hate this argument from Hassan. You know why? You want to know fucking why I hated this thing? Because it's a terrible attempt at saying that, dude. It's easier to say, hey, that guy dumb. By the way, the guy tweeted and he said he was a Hassan fan, so he just got I'm making one political joke. I'm allowed one. This is literally like a border patrol tweeting that they don't support Kamal after she said it. Thanks. And I feel like people are not talking about that. That's sort of funnier, actually. And the thing is, I think you just announce this guy and basically be like, okay, I see where you're coming. Yeah, I'm stupid. But now he got the image of all that.
No,
You brought this
it
dude
doesn't
up.
matter.
And
I'm
I
showing
believe
him
this is
as an
not the first time
example
you
of
brought
you.
this dude up. It does matter. It
Okay,
does
fine.
matter.
He's
You
not a
brought him
fan.
up.
I don't care.
You
Listen,
brought him up. Wait, what do you mean you don't care?
if I
Now
brought
you
him
don't
up,
care.
Hassan, if I brought him up, let me finish
that
my
person is
point.
not a fan of mine.
Save
why
it.
did you make it seem like that
Hassan.
person was a fan of mine then?
Let me get to there, okay? You asked me.
No,
It's
get
my
there
turn to
right now.
ask a question. Just because
Why
I
do you
brought
think
him
this
up
random
doesn't give
fucking
you the
guy is a
space to
fan of mine,
interject.
Ethan? Is it because he rolled up to me
Let
and
me
tried to
finish.
fucking clout farm? Is that why?
Yes.
At
Okay,
the
thank you
encampment
very
where I was
much.
very clearly disturbed by
I've-
his presence.
Hassan,
Is
I
that
think
why?
you know where I'm going, and I think you're scared. Yep,
Ethan,
let me.
can you answer the question?
let me-
Why did you falsely claim that this fucking
Because he's
random
on
dude
video
who
saying
does
he
not
loves you,
like
that you're
me
his favorite
is a
person in the
fan of
world. What do you
mine?
mean?
Didn't you use? Wait.
All right, Hassan,
Didn't
here you go,
use
buddy.
him approaching
Here we
you?
go. You wanted it, I've got it.
Approaching you.
I'm so
I
sorry, bro.
love you.
I'm so sorry. I love you,
I love you, bro.
You're like my girl, bro.
You're the GOAT.
You're the coolest guy in the world, bro.
Wow, how crazy.
You look gay now.
I'm fucking. Is this another hysterical delusion?
Yes, it is, and I'm gonna explain to you exactly why. Because
Wow,
we spent a
dude, I
good
love
deal
you.
of
You're the
the
GOAT,
encampment.
bro.
We spent a good deal of our time in the encampment. If you watch the unedited full live stream, we spent a good deal of the
seen it.
entirety of the encampment running away from him because he kept
listen.
trying to ask me dumbass fucking questions.
Okay, but that's
for
got
his
nothing to do
own
with he's a fan.
Dumbass,
Listen,
for his own
Hassan,
dumbass
please.
podcast.
You're derailing this, and I need to.
I'm
make
not derailing it.
You
It's not called
absolutely are.
derailing. When I'm telling you, I was there and I'm telling you
Okay,
the situation.
very good.
You are nefariously making it seem as though this person is a massive
Do I
fan
need
of
to
mine.
play the
who
clip
is just
again?
trying to cloud chase.
I'll play it again. Fuck.
You can play that clip again.
Oh my God.
Girl, I had
I love you.
subtitles.
Hassan, can I give you a hug?
Can you play the clip where he openly admits he doesn't know who I am and asks people around? Because that also
You're my hero, bro. I love you.
Yeah, play the
You're
clip.
the coolest guy in the world.
Play the clip. Here's the counter.
I think I look gay in that one.
3, 2,
Ethan.
1.
Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Ethan.
You okay?
If you think he was a fan of mine, why'd you call him a Sneeko fan when you interviewed him?
Because he's both. I mean, surely there's crossover.
There's a crossover.
Do I need to play the video again?
Okay,
I'll
well,
do it again. Fuck it.
my
Yeah.
producer
I'll
and my
play it again.
camera op, March. My producer and my camera op, March,
Can I give you a hug?
was there.
I'm so sorry.
And he's in the chat right now.
You're my hero, bro.
Yeah, put that in. Put that in.
Ethan.
I'm going to counter.
Hold on, I think I look gay.
Listen, he might not be a fan, but you can't accuse me of being delusional for saying that.
Oh,
Like,
no,
You
it's-
are delusional.
Okay, very
Okay,
good.
you
I'm
see
delusional. Let me
my
get to point,
mouse?
please.
I mean,
So
you-
I'm not even asking you to endorse this guy. I'm just simply showing you.
I don't
and
endorse him.
I know you
and
don't.
he's not a fan of mine.
I-
So why did you
Okay.
claim that he was a fan of mine?
We're waiting,
Because he
we're
I'll
fucking
play it again.
clout chased.
I mean, I feel like we're running
You
in
was
circles.
clout
But I'll play
chasing
the
in a
clip
fucking
again.
Palestinian encampment? That's why? That's all it takes for you?
No, it was when he said, "You're the GOAT. You're my hero. I love you."
He didn't know who I was. He was just saying that so he could fucking ask for
He
an interview
literally
for his
recognized
podcast,
you.
for his PUA podcast.
Okay, who cares? I don't care. So let me move
now
on.
you don't
Do you
care.
want to talk about this for
It
2
seems
hours, or do you want to actually have a
it seems like
conversation?
this is a, wait, well, hold on. You can't just say you don't care all of a sudden when you look like a fucking asshole for...
No, he brought up the evidence. You didn't bring up evidence. You keep saying it's not true.
I'm
falsely
Wait,
claiming
I'm
that
waiting
some
for the
random
evidence
person
because I
is
know
off
he
you.
has
He's a
evidence,
fan
and
of mine.
there's
You
someone
said
pointing it
he
out.
was a fan of mine in, I believe in,
Okay,
your,
I
in one
lied,
of your videos.
I lied
You
about
said
him
he was
being a
a fan of mine,
fan.
and I was sending harassment
I
your
concede.
way.
Yes.
By the way, what Ethan did is something called being tired and annoyed. It basically where you concede because you don't want to argue something that you provide evidence because it's effing annoying too. But you provide evidence and you're not providing, you basically get saying it's not true. And so you're going kind of concede, but you don't really. You're basically like, just move on.
Very
Don't
good.
you think that's a big point of contention? Don't you feel like this is a big point of contention?
I concede. I want to show you an example
Do
of.
you see my side of this though?
I think
Because like
no,
a
you're being dishonest.
random Sneeko fan comes up to me,
A random
wants
HASAN
the
fan
clout
comes
chase,
up to you.
and you wants the clout chase, and you turn around and you say that he is a fan of mine to prove a point, to make a false point that I'm to imply
Shit.
that I'm sending people to harass you.
That's
Do you
not what I
feel like
implied.
that's appropriate?
That's a total lie. I have never accused you of anything of the sort. That is an
Yeah, you
outright
can't
Did
be
not
saying
imply
that.
This person that was a fan of mine
Yes,
was
I did.
actually harassing you.
Yes. When is it, now that's a big logical leap on from he's a fan of yours to you're sending people to harass me. That's fucking insane. And by the way, I mean
Did
you
he not
are
harass
a
you?
liar. You know that, right?
Did he not harass you?
Are you really gonna miss this?
We do this training once a year. There's 800,000 to 1 million people that'll join us. And
Bro, what
That-
are you talking
that's
about?
terrible
point.
Did you send him to harass me? No.
Did he harass you and then you
yes.
imply in your
Okay, who
video
cares,
that he was a
bro?
fan of mine?
Go ahead, when you're
leading
done,
the
go,
audience to
I'll
believe,
wait.
leading the audience to believe. Here, we have a clip, by the way, Dan, if you want to play this supposed fan of mine, since you guys are playing clips over there.
By the way, this was
you can
a
probably
while
play
ago.
it.
He
It's
turned on you
timestamped.
when he saw that you support trans rights. I know. He spoke ill of you.
No. Even before he
Bro,
actually
who cares?
meets
I'm
me.
not even mad. I don't care about this guy.
No, well,
I mean-
seemingly you care enough about it that
I'm
you
just-
brought him up here and you used him.
You
in
didn't
the
even let me
past.
explain why I'm showing
You
it.
used
I
him in
don't
the past
want
to
one.
act like I was sending
Bro,
hate
you're
your way.
terrified because you know where this is going.
I have no idea where this is going. This has been a journey.
Well, how about you let me fucking speak, and then we can figure out. We can take the journey together.
Can you play this clip though?
So this clip is just an example. Not that you're endorsing him. Not that he's a fan.
Can you play? Dan, I send you a clip.
I passed it along. It's out of my hands.
It's the
I'll play it,
first introduction of this
Yeah,
character onto the stream where he's like, "Who's this guy?"
I'll play it. Yeah.
Where's Hassan?
I could be on. Are you guys doing interviews?
Wow, Hassan looks uglier.
I know I look Jewish.
He doesn't.
I'm going to fact check him on that. Hassan Piker. Sorry, April 25th, 2024. How did it if that got removed, I don't know what happened. It minimized my actual video thing. I think I backspace. I think I pressed the funny combo.
He doesn't.
Okay, got that. Going one more on YouTube. Hassan Avid. Bods. Would it be on? On, I have to. Yeah, okay, on the VOD. VOD. I don't care. We're going on the VOD itself, and then paste. Sorry if people can't see that. At the wrong number. Okay, no. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Got that. So. This is the one. Okay, and then greetings. Wait. Mike Johnson. Where is it? Wait, is it right here? What? Okay, that's the actual. Okay, and then. Okay, oh. Well, you can barely. Hold on. There's some right.
On this side for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, hold on.
On this side for some reason.
Yeah, you could barely. Yeah, you could barely tell who he is. Hold on. Yeah, wait. Hold on. You could barely tell who he is. So wait, okay, here's the clip.
No, we're just streaming. Israeli, I look like Israeli. We're just the guy. Normally the answer would be yes, but he's busy right now.
What are you guys doing? They're not there.
We're just streaming. It's live stream.
Oh, live stream?
Yeah, okay. Wait, he's not there. They said he would not there.
Twitter for not wearing a mask
Oh.
earlier.
Oh, I was? I get canceled on Twitter for everything. I'm the only motherfucker that gets canceled from every front. Trying to occupy. Oh, nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. This is great. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. This is he runs of a Palestinian. You can hear us
For the most part, unless they
watch Piers Morgan. A little worried about the
hella like security stuff going on. I do not know how to keep my phone from myself.
not giving in, incredible in terms of maintaining.
Alright, let's see what they got though first.
What's up? How's your experience been so far? Its students are like incredible in terms of encampments. The people who are agitating are counter protesters. Like they're in here, etc. And then you have these counter protesters who you can just look at. I mean,
Domino's had it like that. There's so much stuff. Parmesan bread twist, garlic bread twist, cinnamon bread twist. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to show how quickly the human shield. I mean the.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I got it. I'm not.
You want me to ask?
Wait, what happening?
crazy.
Oh, what the?
Like, yeah, I can't wait to go and counter protest for the American State Department. It's like the wackest shit you can do.
The way they do the human shield. It's really cool to see.
Oh, they're human shielding.
The way they do the human shield.
Yeah. Is that okay? You want to text Olay? Yeah. I still want to do the podcast, obviously, but... Oh, you got it?
I have a flyer.
Put it on Do Not Disturb, so your fucking text messages don't show up on stream. Emergency rally at UCLA today. Library is through the barrier. Killer, you know what I mean? Like, that's it. What do you mean? You're here to defend here. Like, by your...
I think that if we start...
Just smooth? You won't? Yeah. Association.
Thought I was Felix. Let's go do that. Fuck us on.
Let's go. That was more piece of that.
Oh my. Yeah, okay. I didn't see it, but dude, I can make you make. He wasn't even there.
You're not even in this clip, bro. What are you talking about? You're not even present.
Later.
You're out.
What?
You're out playing with swastika swords or something. You're not even in this clip.
Dude, why? Chat. I think he's showing it on his side. You're not seeing the clip. Yes. Yeah. He's showing the clip.
Okay.
That is the first introduction of this character onto the broadcast, and he doesn't know who the fuck I am.
Yeah, because you guys didn't say his name, and he probably doesn't know the people because you only single stream. That's probably a valid point to make, that people don't know your people. Like, for example, I'm gonna reveal something. Like, Frogan, I know what college she went to when she did her encampment thing. I know what college she went to. And the only reason why I know what college is because one of her people that she went with also put it on there. I have like both of them saved on my phone. They're gonna be used for funny later. I have like, yeah, but no, literally all that. But dude, you weren't there, and if you were, you're probably cover up because, like, dude, I can barely tell who you are because you're not doing your influencer thing, because you know that you should not probably do that in there, which is fair.
Just sees cameras and goes, oh, I would like to do interviews with this person who is famous, it seems. That was the whole point. The reason why I showed you that is because he was never a fucking fan. And then when he saw the full extent of my viewpoints, he started calling me the F slur. He's a Sneeko fan.
Hasan, in that clip, he doesn't see you. You're not there.
Ethan, he is a clout chaser and
Fine,
not a
bro.
fan.
Dude, that's a terrible point. That's a terrible point from Hasan. Dude, that just showed Hasan not trustworthy. He didn't like, oh, but I was in the background. He could have just said that and lied. But he said that, and that just didn't manage all the evidence. Dude.
Oh, I don't care. Who cares? Let me ask you a question.
Like, for example, I was watching a VTuber who only care about politics, drama, not politics. She doesn't care, and I'm in there, and she's like, yeah, I don't agree with vote. 5 minutes later, when I get to the Sabra, she's like, man, I hate Hasan. You know what? This is reasonable hatred.
I do care because you have made an inference
that is
erroneous.
What the inference? He said you weren't there.
Bro, it's getting ridiculous. Can
You've
we
made
please
an
move on?
That is ridiculous.
This clip you sent didn't prove me wrong at all.
Yeah, because
you're not there.
They said you weren't
never there, Hasan. Okay, let's continue, please.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is an example of someone who I think is anti-Semitic. You probably agree with me on that, but I don't want to put words in your mouth. He's not a fan of yours.
I think that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've seen, any number of different things I've seen from that dude, I think he's like a right-wing dating coach or something.
Yeah, he is. Dating Money 101, baby. like and
Day
sub.
money.
All right, so here he is using the
Wait,
ADL.
I want
He
to check
accuses me of
something.
being in the ADL, and I'll play it. Operation.
Okay.
I don't know, but I heard you survived it, and I served you.
Oh wait, I forgot. Like this is like the actual
That
Ethan.
that timeline on that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I heard you're in the ADL, Bo.
The ADL? No, I'm not. All right, so he says, I heard you're in the ODL, bro, which, like, obviously is, you know, I perceive that as anti-Semitic.
I don't think you're in the ADL, Ethan, if that's what you're going to say.
Well, you said, and I'll quote a tweet that you made. Okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You said, I'll quote, he worked with the ADL to make Zionist a protected class on Twitch. Now, that is an outright lie.
If you own NVIDIA, this could be the most important video you will ever watch. Because while
no, my thing is that was the perfect setup to a dunk. It also ruined his thing because he said, "Oh, I don't think you are." Well, you said I did, and he knows he lost right here. He lost in the first two. He definitely lost here. There were a couple other, but I don't know.
I don't think it's an outright
I
lie.
worked with the ADL.
Over it, didn't you?
Sorry. I worked with the ADL. What does that mean?
Yeah, as in like worked alongside. I don't think you're in the ADL.
Oh, that's what you meant when you said I worked with the ADL. I worked beside them, just incidentally together. You didn't mean that I worked with them privately to get people banned.
Wait, hold on. I'm getting word that it's not possible to report HASAN on Twitch. You receive an internal message? Wow. Oh, Teton is also moving to YouTube. Wait. Is it true? I'm going to be mad. This is a record. This is a record section. Okay, we're going to see if this HASAN. We're going to report him for. Although my guy, you know that.
Check out all of my links.
I watched.
But my next stream.
Oh, he have the. Oh no! What? I reported the channel. Recent broadcast. Wait, what? Okay, here's the debate. Right here. Yeah, that fault site I checked, so.
No, I do think that.
Didn't you say you choose your words very carefully?
Alongside the ADL.
You just told me briefly ago. You choose your words very carefully, HASAN.
By the way, I banned him for good reason for the claim that he did a couple hours ago. Oh. Oh, wait. It could actually be. We're trying one more time. HASAN Twitch for. I'm checking. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry for 2 days ago. For yeah, okay, it worked. Yeah. Sorry, guys, it worked. It worked.
Okay, we're walking that back. Sometimes I speak out the side of my mouth when I
for
say you work with the
guys,
ADL. Here you are again repeating the lie with Steiny on video. Go ahead. You had time
constantly come after me when his knows I'm not anti-Semitic and making these inferences that I am, and like partnering with like the ADL and
partnering with the ADL.
Yeah, sorry, I had to.
That one there, buddy.
It worked. It worked.
Again, working with.
And I think, and my thing about it, I didn't put timestamp. I was going to put tweet, but I'm not going. But I think it like each of you like theirs.
Partnering with the ADL. That is precisely what took place.
I have never spoken to the ADL, so what does that mean?
I'm not saying you directed the ADL
Do you know
to take
how
action.
silly you
Well, actually,
look?
you know what? I am kind of saying that. I am implying that you directed the ADL to take action.
Well, that's that's a defamatory claim that has zero proof. And frankly, it sounds a little Jewish conspiratorial.
If I thought that you worked for the ADL, I wouldn't have
I've
said
not
you worked
spoken
with
to the ADL.
I would have said you worked for the ADL. Now, what's interesting to me, of course, about this is that
I
you
do
have
not
taken
work with the
credit
ADL.
for these bans.
HASAN, I do not work with the ADL.
You were a part of the mass smear campaign.
That is not working with the ADL. Would you say that?
Dude, that wasn't a smear campaign. For anybody who knows, the whole reason why that happened because people saw that and were irritated that Twitch wanted to say fake, so they banned them. Stop being like, oh, smear campaign. Dude, no one was smearing actual evilness. I'm sorry, no one is smearing Frogan, like making up lies. Dude, you can pull up what Frogan said. You can pull up what you said. There are not smear campaigns if they come from your mouth. People, like he said that, and I can't wait for like a big. I hope in like a week. Like Tecton moved out of Twitch. I think we're gonna have a massive of a bunch of streamers leaving Twitch. Like I'm actually, dude, 100%. I'm making my bet. A lot of streamers will move out of Twitch. A lot of people move back on. A lot of people, and basically Twitch will be like the liberal spot. It will be blue sky, and once it becomes blue sky, they will lose 50% of their revenue, and they will be gone in a year. Because right now, they're a big target on HASAN head, and I'm not saying like physically, like I'm saying more of a political target. Right now, I can tell him this. I can tell him this, because I've been reading a lot of politics, and I know a lot, even though people don't think I do. HASAN, this is what's going to happen to HASAN, by the way, for anybody who wants to know. Boom. I think he's going to lose a bunch of ad revenue, and it gonna be just like what gonna happen is Hasan goes in, he's like, wait guy, why am I not making money? Why am I just chatting? Oh, why am my VOD being canned? By the way, for the VOD channels, so the reason why YouTuber a lot of time do it, it mainly because how they get away from criticism, because they could just say, oh, I didn't post these, someone else did. Like, I want to make a video. There was a video series I wanted to make, and this is how much knowledge, called The Ecosystem of Twitch. It was going to be my first video when I was still figuring out, because I kind of studied the algorithm of Twitch for a set amount of time. I'm not going to lie about that. But the one thing is, most of Twitch channel survival are based on VODs. Like clip channels. And a lot of time what they do, it, like, let's say JSlack. JSlack clip channel, it run by him, but run by another person, and he takes like a small percentage royalties, and he's like, I'm allowing you to clip. Or they do it for free, and guess what? That clip get more views than their actual works. And for some of them, they give back to them because they know that they're making like all that money from the one clip channel and all that. Hasan knows that. So but also boosts up deniability. So like the only one I think are actually good are some VTuber ones, because they have a lot of good connection to the VTuber, but also they're like, they want to make, they're like enjoyment baits. So they will be like, I hate it when VTuber.
Falsely
I got nothing to do with
I
the
haven't,
ADL.
by the way, I had an
Blindfold?
idea for a clip channel. I kind of want to do and make a video called the anti-clip channel, where I pick the normal takes, like them just staring and be like, oh my.
For doing a racist fucking panel at TwitchCon that became a viral story,
wasn't
independent
a
of
racist
me.
Panel, Ethan, just like
I have an
cracker
idea.
is not an anti-white term,
Okay,
except public pressure clearly works on Twitch, and they make erroneous
No.
bans when they don't want people coming after them.
No.
Here's Rogan repeating the same lie that she heard from
public
you.
pressure on numerous instances.
This is what she learned from you.
Everything in your power to push people to bully and harass me, including weaponizing propaganda organizations such as
That's
the
the
ADL,
ADL.
to get me banned off Twitch because I made a
So
joke.
she said I weaponized the ADL. You said I partnered with the ADL. You said I worked with the ADL.
Yes.
But you didn't mean that I spoke to them. You just meant that we were magically skipping along and happened to just,
This is
without even seeing each other, just working together in perfect harmony and love.
this is
and,
like
and
overstep,
by the way,
but this is a kill. This is a kill blow.
I'm pretty sure you're implying that I worked directly with them on this.
Dude.
to Google Fiber and
No, like the other thing, they're going to commit people of crime. Guess what? They're going to commit people of crime. They're going to commit me of a crime. They're going to commit me of... I'm not anything what they're about to say, but they're going to do that. And then guess what? I hope then they do it to me. I hope they do it. You know why? Lawsuit, day one. Sue Reddit. Say, like, give me the name of all the people. Cease and desist. You have to now apologize. Openly admit that what you did is wrong. Hasan, boom, done. Go. Explain to me why I am. You over my avatar? Oh, yeah, look at the height. Yeah, that doesn't improve anything. You never saw me. And like, I hope, like, Tectone, this happens. He goes in like, no, lawsuit, have fun. And he sues Hasan. Because I think that attitude is bad. Like, do it when there's evidence. I hate people when they don't.
pay one simple bill every
Okay,
month.
What about extra fees, like installation?
Taken care of.
Equipment? No. I don't
Okay,
think you
well,
worked
well, you doubled
directly
down
with
on
them.
it. You said that you do believe that, and I just want to let you know that that is a
No, I don't think you directly work with them.
We're
I
going-
think your goals are aligned on this. Yes, and
But then
you're
for Mr. Precise words, say that. Don't say you're partnered.
We're going with the
ADL. Do you
effective
understand?
baptism.
You said partnered with the ADL. Me, a Jewish man, you accuse without any evidence at all of being partnered with the ADL.
Ethan,
You're now
you
trying to
admitted
rewrite
you-
history and
you
say I
admitted
said
that
you
you
were
got the
working
streamers
besides
banned. You
them.
took
You
ownership
are a
over it.
liar.
What are you talking
You are
about?
a virulent fucking liar.
Ethan, did you or did you not take ownership over the bans?
I think, yeah, I might have. Does that mean that I'm working with the ADL?
Ethan?
Hey, Hassan, can I ask you a question? Are you working with the Neo-Nazi Party of America? Because they're also anti-Zionist. No, seriously, are you working with the Neo-Nazi Group of America who's also anti-Zionist? Do
Ethan,
you
have
work
I
with them?
ever taken
Are you
credit?
affiliated with them? Are you
Have I ever
partnered?
taken
Are you
credit
partnered
for
with
an
neo-Nazis?
anti-Semitic
Or
incident
or
at the
do you guys
neo-Nazi-
happen to have the same
Okay,
goal
wait, no,
and
I
are
have a question for
completely
you.
related? Yeah.
Here's a parallel for you. Have I taken credit
Ugh,
for
Jesus, man.
a neo-Nazi anti-Semitic incident that took place? Because if the answer is yes, if neo-Nazis
Swastika sword, baby.
actually engaged in an action, neo-Nazis actually, not like your fucking hallucinations, something that we all agree. Like neo-Nazis did an anti-Semitic incident and I took credit for it and I said, this is awesome. I'm glad that it happened. I made numerous videos so that they would do this. Yes,
I was
you
on
would
the
be
tier list,
valid
bro.
in saying that
It was literally
comparison,
targeting me. I was
especially
on the tier list. Why wouldn't I
especially
respond?
considering Ethan.
I don't have to be
Ethan,
a member of ADL to respond to someone
Ethan,
harassing me. Are you
listen
fucking
to my words,
dumb?
please. Listen to my words.
I'm trying, but
Okay?
it's just fucking
Listen
lies
to my
and
words.
filth and like empty air.
From your perspective, my association as a 10-year fighter of anti-Semitism, my association from your perspective with anti-Semitism is like something that is so laughable that I don't even know how to
Good.
describe. Like you're like, oh, it's a swastika sword, but then you admit that it's not a swastika sword. That's how loose this
It looks
association
like
is.
a
But
okay,
on the other hand, I can't say that you have worked alongside
That's
the
not what you said.
ADL in getting
You said I'm
streamers
partnered
banned.
with.
That's
Partnered with.
anti-Semitic?
You are
took
lying.
credit
You are
for it, my
rewriting.
man.
You are not taking accountability. You said I'm partnered with the ADL.
Ethan, I can't
Do
take
you
accountability for your
Hassan,
hallucinations.
do you think that the normal, reasonable person watching that will infer that we were just coincidentally working the same, or that I was working directly with them?
What do you think
What
a
do you
reasonable
think the
person
average
would
person
infer
would
when you
conclude
take
from
credit
saying
for the
I'm
bans?
partnered with the ADL?
What do you think a normal, reasonable person would infer when they hear you,
Bro, you are
Ethan
literally
Klein,
gaslighting me.
make
It's
numerous
so
videos
obvious what you
demanding
meant.
the bans of Twitch streamers, and then after they are banned, you say, I'm glad that they got banned, I take credit for it. What would a normal, reasonable person infer
I was on the
from
tier
that?
list, dude.
Dude, that he would on the tier list. Like, sorry, I'm gonna be honest. I can't. This is so cringe that I feel bad. I feel bad for Ethan, man. Like after this, like I know there are other clips. I want to get to the other clip, but I have stuff tomorrow. And look, we do a 1 hour stream, and this is a 1 hour stream. And also, here's the other thing. Goated. I think HASAN lost it so badly. Like, dude, at the point, you can't really make arguments. All you could do would be like, I don't want to kill people. Like, there's virtually no way he can come back after this. This is like, okay, I'm fine with this one. Like, after this, I don't see any reason why this, like, actually was bad. And I hate HASAN. I need one more. But after this, like, it just shows that this is super disingenuous. Like, there's no reason to actually be good faith with him at this point. I think the only thing you could do would actually call him out for it.
I was responding to them. It wasn't like a fucking like. It wasn't like I went out of my way to get them banned. I responded to them. I was on the tier list. There's been 3 instances, I think, of, in my opinion, very credible accusations of anti-Semitism. You've accused me of hallucinating all 3 now, which is very convenient.
No,
and also,
they're not credible. We are not in agreement. These are not credible allegations of anti-Semitism. These are hysterical hallucinations of a person who desperately wants all of his critics to be anti-Semites so he can
do the invert of that. All of them are. I'm sorry. I'm going to say, dude, after this statement, like, I kind of want to listen to a because I was watching a VTuber talk about it. And they fucking agree with me that these are, okay, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched the one part. But they agree. They were like, oh, bad point. I'm being objective here. Even making bad points. But, dude, you are basically saying something that dumb. Like, I hope. Here's the thing. He go and get permanent banned soon. Because right now. I'm showing this because where is it? Yeah, because I saw this today. I have to go. Is this? No. Where is it? Where did a day ago? I'm sorry, I'm braving for this. Oh wait, I could just do HASAN. Oh wait, yeah, wait.
Why do so many folks over 40 with type 2 start walking like this?
The radical left seems to be getting more depraved every day. Now, the latest display, the Young Turks contributor, HASAN Piker, going on this vulgar rant, mocking wounded war vet, Congressman Dan Crenshaw, for losing his eye.
I forgot they were on Fox.
Freedom in Afghanistan.
This guy has the understanding of foreign policy of like a 12-year-old. What the is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave soldier, his eye hole with their? Isn't that how he lost his eye? Because he got his.
I want to hear the reaction.
America deserved 9/11, dude.
This is from the same live stream, guy.
Here exclusively to respond to that vile creature is Texas Congressman Dan Crenshaw. Congressman, what was your reaction when you first heard this?
Well, wow, he was triggered, wasn't he? I mean, that is the definition of a leftist getting triggered. Doesn't like what he's hearing. He disagrees with it. Doesn't understand foreign policies. Mentioned something about being 12 years old. Yeah, I have almost 12 years of experience actually deploying overseas. So maybe that's what he meant when he said.
Wait, we'll go back. We'll go back.
Doesn't understand foreign policies. Doesn't like what he's hearing. He disagrees with it. Doesn't understand foreign policies. Mentioned something about.
Even now, Representative Danny Crenshaw is still right about HASAN Piker.
About being 12 years old. Yeah, I have almost 12 years of experience actually deploying overseas. So maybe that's what he meant when he said 12 years. I don't know. But he clearly doesn't know much. And when you don't know much about foreign policy, you get really mad when people disagree with you. And if you can't argue your point, you tend to insult people. And man, that is exactly the outrage culture that we have right now. He is a perfect example of it.
Oh my, I have an idea for the opening video. Okay, I got it. I figure out everything. I get the Dan Crenshaw speech about HASAN Piker and start putting that over the thing he said. Oh man, that actually, I want to make that video. That video actually would be the funniest thing to put on YouTube and put on Twitter. I think there should be a video of Danny Crenshaw responding to Attack of the Young Turks, talking about that, and you immediately get the point of him being like, You don't know Ethan.
He's trying to walk his comments back now. Good on him for trying to do that. But worse,
Dan,
what this speaks to.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Dan, let me just say, that's fine. He's walking his comments back.
Oh, he's not walking your comment back.
And we've all said things in the past that we're like, oh, I shouldn't have worded it that way. That's human nature. But this was so there wasn't a lot of room for like nuance there at all.
No, not at all. And what I was going to say is it reflects a very deep anti-Americanism that is inherent in some of these left.
12-year now,
when you say
Hassan
America
Piker.
deserved 9/11, he's trying to say, well, that's not what I meant. I said it was. He said it was our fault though. Okay, so not a big difference. Well. Again, but he doesn't understand history, doesn't understand foreign policy, so he can't actually make an argument to connect those two things. And then he basically says that the only reason I'm making the argument is because I lost my eye. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, you're right.
So
they
stupid.
are completely
I
biased.
mean, I hate even asking about this stuff because it's so,
it's so ridiculous.
moronic. He sounds like a valley girl when he speaks. First of all, as a young man, he sounds pathetic, okay? That's number one. And number two, I think we have to also recognize that this is of a piece, I think it's a trajectory of where we're going, sadly, under this president, because they cannot stand the fact that he's done a lot of what he said he was going to do. They can't
5 years ago,
I don't know what they're going to do if he
August.
wins re-election. I think I don't know what they're going to do, Congressman.
No, I mean they're triggered constantly. If these small things get them so riled up, imagine what another win in 2020 will do.
Imagine a war, a conflict, some would say, in the Middle Eastern.
When Trump wins, and I have nuanced.
That didn't age. That didn't age well, but I want to see something for you. Hassan is so base. Hassan getting good. All that 8 hours ago, dude. That my statement, guys. We're ending with the ADL because I think the next
position that he has created for himself.
I'm so glad this is on record. So you think?
Yeah, I'm glad you. Yes.
So you think that you think a reasonable person would hear you say he's partnered with the ADL and not think that I was working directly with them?
I think a reasonable person will hear your own words and think that you probably worked directly inside of the ADL.
Have I ever mentioned the ADL?
I didn't even make that inference.
dude, I never thought he was part of the ADL. Now I know he is.
Did I
I'm
ever
sorry, guys.
mention the ADL, Hassan? Answer the question.
I think the ADL should pay more.
That the ADL pressured.
Are you looking for a new fence or gate for your home or property? Type in your address and drop the red pins to create the perimeter.
Do I ever mention the ADL in my entire fucking career? Actually, I mentioned them once, but I didn't even know what they were, frankly, if you have the thing. It was even... did I ever...
Yeah, it's a clip where you are saying,
okay.
I did that shit.
I couldn't find that. I found that
you know
instead.
Who did that shit? The ADL did. You are taking credit for something that the ADL did. I'm not even making that inference.
Well,
You're
they
saying,
attacked me.
Which one do you think? What do you think the average person would think in this
silly,
situation when you are saying that you did that shit? And it's the ADL's pressure that caused these people to be banned for such
Bro,
a
I was
ridiculous,
being silly. I don't care. Listen,
not anti-Semitic thing
listen.
at all.
I was being silly. They attacked me. I responded. Do I know?
Do
I know
being
who?
Silly.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Well, all right. I guess we can move on.
Well, do I
then.
think
Now
I
you're
got
being
them
silly.
banned? I don't know. Who knows? I think that
you got a Jewish content creator alongside multiple Arab content creators banned off the platform for 30 days.
There's a
because
reason
you
they
cried
call him
about it, and then
token,
the
my
ADL
Hold on. They weren't even banned for 30 days. They were... I think Frogan was banned for 2 weeks. And those were the best 2 weeks, yeah. And also, here's the other thing. Here's the bigger thing. Womp womp. Bet's on yes, you should say to the people.
actually reacted.
You spend time
because
being
they
a
saw it as
token, you're
great
gonna get
opportunity.
spent.
But it was just silly. Fuck them.
You want to
right?
cash in on
Silly.
your Jewish friends anymore? Or can we move on?
Am I what?
Would you like to cash in on your Jewish friends more, or can we move on?
cash in on my Jewish friends.
That's right. Do you know any Jewish people that aren't anti-Zionist?
Yes.
Who?
I'm not going to review. I don't want to. They're normies.
Okay.
I don't want to dox
yeah,
them.
you're lying. You're
No, I'm
surrounded.
not.
Yes,
I'm
you
not
are.
lying.
You're absolutely lying.
Yeah, you know how.
Dog, I live in West Hollywood. You think I'm not around?
Yeah, you know how I know he lying also. Because he could have just said, "Oh, people who live around me," and that is a better statement than normies. Because when people say, when he said normie, when streamers say normies, it means they're hiding who it is. Like if I said, oh, I say my friends or non-YouTuber, because they're like, oh yeah, they don't want to be in the spotlight. I say their name, they want to be in the spotlight. And then you have people like Ethan Klein. Man, I have so many ideas for the debate.
Around Zionist Jews? What are you talking about?
Do you pass Jews on the street? Yes. Are you friends with?
No, I'm friends. Yes.
Okay.
I
Very good.
am.
I don't believe
and
you.
They've treated me with much more dignity than you have, as a matter of fact.
Well, yeah, because they're not on the
Surprisingly
receiving
enough.
end of
We
an
can have a more
insane
normal
fucking
conversation.
harassment
I can have a more
campaign.
normal conversation with
Why
them
wouldn't they?
than you, seemingly.
All right, so you think that
They would most likely
just to
laugh
recap
at all of this.
Just to
they're
recap here,
watching.
so we can move on. I mean, did the random Zionist Jews that are treated you so kindly, did they have CPS show up to their house or skulls sent to their house?
Ethan, I didn't do that.
Ethan.
I didn't say you did that.
I don't know why you're bringing that up.
I know you don't, but
that
you're
has
acting
nothing to do with me.
Part
I'm
of
not
your
in
shtick,
support of
Hassan, is
that.
acting obtuse when you're caught in the corner.
Okay. All right. You've dominated the conversation so far. I think we should
Okay.
get back to some stuff that.
I agree. Let's just summarize.
Okay,
No. Look, can we just get back to
This is
Israel
quick.
Palestine,
It's
please?
very
Because
quick.
like you
I
see
just
the
want to put a cap
genocide.
on this. Just a cap.
And making these
you're doing the
differences
thing that
I
I'm
am
so
and,
critical of you on.
Partnering
okay?
with like the ADL and
You said so. Just to put a cap on this, and we'll move on. You said I am quote partnered with the ADL, which you now claim was just you didn't mean that I was working with them. You mean that we had the same goal. Okay, very good. We'll see how that plays. Go ahead. What's your question?
Okay.
I want this. Yeah, I'm not going to watch that part. We'll watch the next couple next time. Like, we're going slow with this. I want to, like, go in and digest and, like, figure out. Because, okay, I watched it, like, 3 times. I already digested all this. Like, if you want me to tell you who won it, dude, I think the issue is the progressives, the dumb progressives, will say it Hassan. The smart one will say Ethan. And then all the normal will say Ethan. Like, it's so funny, like, because I keep seeing, like, the Hassan, like, because I think, unironic, Danny Crowshot said the thing. If, like, he doesn't understand foreign policies. Like, I was watching a conservative who were talking about this because I wanted one conservative, one middle, and one left. And then Nick Dioro somewhere because like it was funnier to watch him with it. But I was only watching him because he would directly called out for, and I want to see his thing. But dude, they said like, dude, you want to know how you get good at foreign policy? You actually travel to these places. Like, here's the thing. If anyone want to be good at foreign travel, here's the secret how you do it. You go to the state or place and you learn. You travel. You go to travel sites. Like, I'm literally saying you go to Israel and you like understand the culture and all that. Like okay, you want a history example? Vietnam literally didn't want America help. And literally was caught because of different understanding of culture. Placed in there. the Reddit story I keep seeing. That would go be a joke. I'm not making that. But all that, when you have people like HASAN assuming things, you're going to assume it based on race. That always the angle. You don't talk about foreign policy unless you've been there. Or you have a deep understanding from it. Like for example, like a story I think like is a good story to talk about is Mark Haney winning and Prima Albertan basically saying leaving. You know what I would do if I'm ever doing that story? I will go to Alberta and ask people why. Because guess what? Guess what, HASAN? That better storytelling, but also, mainly, you get to figure out why in the cultural sense. Oh, I got Speedster. Let's go. I like how I got, like, all that ready. Okay, well, but I think that's the thing. I think Ethan won. HASAN lost badly. I think, like, their, like, thing where he kind of denied rape. And after all this, I think there's no reason to have him as the leader of the left. Because now I see it. He's a bad faith guy. Like, okay, I talked to Democrats who used to watch HASAN, who are PhD students. They literally tell me they stopped watching HASAN because he's not smart. Because he's so bad faith about his thing that it actually created a bit dangerous thought. And these people like, and here's the funny part. The funny part is, like, they know they know, like, that's not true because they hear people different value. And they're like, and they gotta explain. And then they're like, once in a while, yeah, no, we don't agree with HASAN. HASAN points are bad and stupid. Yeah, but no, I'm going to stream. I'm also happy because I may be getting I'm probably going to buy myself. Okay, I didn't offer you trade. No, I didn't offer you. Dillium. But I think beside that, you also had. I don't want you here, too. But I will keep you for now. Not you. I think I did Zon. No, I didn't do Zon. Did I do Tammy? No. Yeah, but no. I think after all this, we're going to see, like, the... Okay, cool. I got 32, 2 Carnival, 2 Turbo, 2 Bronze. And now I have 4, so I'm going to... And I need 4. And once I get 4, we are going to get the... either the Dicers or the or the Hoe. I think going for the Hoe and then going for the upgrade for that may be the best thing. To get gold. Like, this is also one of them. But I don't want to get that until I have. I think I have carnival tickets, so I'll put the carnival tickets, and then yeah, and I just need 4 more bronzes. Okay, cool. Yeah, but with that, I'm going to end stream. Because I don't want to keep watching that, man. It's so it's so bad. It's so, like, the debate, like, I think Ethan did decent. HASAN did bad, and that might sort of the thing you don't want happening. Like, you don't want HASAN basically being like, no, I win. You don't, because that makes not the debate all boring, but like, what? Oh. Guys, I got wait. I got, what do I need for it? Wait, I have, no, I don't have all of them. Hold on. Sorry, I'm on my speed running things really quickly. Should I get that? Yeah, I'm not getting that until. Oh yeah. If I have more fish. Sorry, I'm like. If I have like a ton of fish somewhere. Yeah, like. Yeah, I don't need. Oh wait. Yeah, I'm going to end stream. See y'all next time.